Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to Morning Motivation. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And today I'm going to talk about embracing your competitive side. So let's get started. Okay, so before I get started, I just want to thank you guys for your support on this new series. We're on episode 3. Like I said, I love doing these things, and I just greatly appreciate all the comments. Every single one gets read, and I really appreciate your comments and thoughts about learning more about personal finance. That's like I said, it's something I'm very passionate about. I'm going to continue to talk. I'm going to find a cool way to bring it up and interlace it through some of these things, but I would love to do a whole personal finance series outside of this. So I wanted to talk about embracing your competitive side as it comes to reaching your goals. So I'm starting to come alive. I had my first sips of coffee and I think it's a really important, because I think about what motivates me, right? And sure, I could tell you guys all the right answers where I could be like, I'm motivated to be healthy, I'm motivated to look good, I'm motivated to be my best self, and all of that sounds great on paper, but I live in reality. And sometimes that's just not enough. That's just not enough to make me want to get out of bed. That's just not enough to make me want to push myself. That's just not enough. And I'm keeping it real with you guys. That's great, and those are the answers I should tell you, but there is one thing that actually really motivates me, and that's when I embrace my competitive side. And it comes up in several different forms, and it may be different for each of you. Not everybody has a competitive nature. I do. And it can be my greatest strength. It can also be my greatest weakness. So I keep that in check through several ways, but I encourage you to embrace your competitive side. So it could be a lot of different things. I want to start with some of my personal experiences. So you guys know that I'm a chemical engineer by training, and one thing that really drives me is when somebody says I can't do something. When somebody says I cannot do something, it just like legit, it's like, it makes my blood boil, because somebody who doesn't know me, doesn't know my capacity, doesn't know me from a can of paint, know the real me, like the person in my brain. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not what I look like, not what, but the real me. And when somebody says I can't do something, dear, ooh, that just sets me on fire. It makes me really mad, and like I want to prove them wrong. And I do not like that. I have been dealing with that my entire life in so many ways, and it is just the best feeling when somebody underestimates me. Like, you underestimate me, like you just did me a favor. That, for me personally, that does more for me than, my goodness, I don't know why, but like I am so motivated by a competitive edge. And for instance, I've had teachers in high school. I remember I had a high school teacher who I asked a question because I didn't understand, and it was in calculus. And so it was so I did pre-calc, regular calc, and AP calc. Our school only had AP calculus for level 1 and 2. But anyway, because I was going into engineering, so that was important for me to understand those things and do well in those things. And I asked a question. I didn't get it. I told you guys about my other videos about asking questions. And my teacher essentially was quite condescending to me, was like, Christine, if you don't get this, like, this is the basic fundamental theory of calculus. How come you don't understand this? He was like, if you don't understand this, I mean, I really don't think that you should consider going to higher level college of studying this type of stuff, because if you don't get this, you're not going to get anything else. Did that make me mad, you guys? That made me so mad. Like, not only did I go on to study chemical engineering at Drexel, which was a really hard thing, I got A's in all of my calculus classes after college. So I'm going to digress here for a moment, but like just to give you an idea of how much math I needed to do in college. So you guys are probably familiar with like the calculus you did in high school. So I literally had 12 levels of calculus beyond that, like in throughout all of my college and then through my grad school. So like, and I aced every single class, and it's just like I wasn't going to have some mediocre high school teacher tell me that I couldn't do it. And like, that was actually, you guys, one of the reasons why I studied chemical engineering, because again, in high school, I remember we were doing our chemistry labs. I didn't get it, you guys. I didn't get it. Like, I didn't understand. Like, chemistry is actually extremely awesome, and like beyond any other science, chemistry, like, things transform, properties change, like from the physical to the kinetics to like the biology, and it just affects so many things. And I found that there weren't any really good like role models in chemistry. And once chemistry is applied, the power of what you can do with it is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And again, likewise, I had a teacher who, I don't know if it was just not people who weren't good teachers, but like I didn't understand, and I struggled with chemistry more than any other subject ever. Like chemistry, physics, math, I struggled with it. Like, you guys, you hear me say like, oh, I'm a food scientist, chemical engineer by training. That doesn't mean it was easy for me, you guys. That doesn't mean anything. That means, for me personally, those things were the hardest things I have ever come across in my life. I was interested in it, and it challenged me because I didn't get it. And my inability to get it frustrated me so much, to the point that I needed to understand. Because I would look at like the classmate to my left, the classmate to my right, and I was always in honors classes, and I was just like, how come they get it and I don't get it? And that just made me so mad, and it pushed me to levels of excellence that went way beyond college and pushed me into doing amazing things in my career, and even to the point now where here I am using science and chemistry and all this stuff to help educate and inform you guys. So what I'm trying to say is, my goodness, find your competitive edge. Every one of you guys has it. Now I'm talking about it in a strictly academic sense right now, but this certainly has applications when it comes to health and fitness. Guys, when someone doesn't believe in me, when somebody tells me something, if you knock me down, you have no idea like that how much more you have just motivated me to prove you wrong. So I encourage you guys to find, you all have an experience. I guarantee every single one of you has an experience, and I would love for you guys to comment below